guys, what's going on? Okay, so I have this awesome EndyMion deck that I want to share with you guys. This is my physical EndyMion deck that I want to take to locals. We are under a really good ban list in the TCG, and to be completely honest with you guys, I am enjoying the TCG right now more than I'm enjoying MasterDuel. And I've been going to my locals lately, and this is one of the decks that I've been working on. And once I show you my deck profile, I want you guys to give me your takes, your opinions, and if there is more good cards that we can implement in this deck that can make it even more powerful. So let's begin. So this is EndyMion, guys. As you can see right here, he is the evil counterpart of Dark Magician. This guy is like his twin brother, but he belongs to a different universe. He is from a parallel world where he is Dark Magician, but with a different name. He is a evil counterpart to Dark Magician, and he also controls magic, the dark magic as well as the Dark Magician, but this guy is like pure evil. He has his own domain. He has his own like this big castle where he performs magic, and his followers do the same thing. They do like dark magic. I think some of them can do light magic as well, but I mean, you guys get the point. This guy, he wants to control everything. He wants to control everything that is magic in his world, and that's what he does. He's like the master of magic. So this card is this deck is one of my favorites pendulum decks, and EndyMion is really awesome. It's a really nice deck to to bring to locals, maybe some YCSs just to have fun. And yeah, guys, let's begin the deck profile real quick. And I have the deck here. It's one of my decks that I'm working. So let's put this right here, and I have the counters here because it takes a really skilled player to play this deck, and we need counters. A bunch of counters, because that's how EndyMion works with spell counters. Alright, anyways guys, let's begin the deck profile quick, and let's start with triple EndyMions. So these are triple EndyMions. He is our main card of the deck, and the main boss of the deck as well. So let's move them like right here. We're gonna be running triple Servant of EndyMion. She is the servant. She helps EndyMion special summon the other spellcaster to battle, and she also collects spell counters to increase the field's defenses, which is really good. So we definitely need 3 copies of her. She is our main servant. 1 Master of EndyMion. He also collects spell counters, and he will also help you strengthen your field. 1 Jackal. He is our kind of mini boss. So you special summon him, and he will protect your field by negating monsters' effect. He is really good, and one of my favorite cards in this deck. Only 1 copy, because we're gonna be running some normal summoning in this deck, and we can only run 1. You can run 2 copies of Jackal. I do recommend 2, and I do have the second copy. But so far, just one copy has been working fine with me, and later on, I'm gonna tell you why. We're gonna be running one Reflection of EndyMion. She's really good. She's level 2 for quick pendulum summon. One Magical Abductor. She's really good as well. She collects counter, and she can also help you search. And finally, of the pendulums, we have one of my favorite cards, one of my favorite pendulum cards, and that is Astrograph Sorcerer. So this guy has the ability of searching pendulum monsters depending on how the field is blown up. So if a pendulum monster is blown up on the field, you can special summon this guy from your hand, and he will grab you another copy of that monster that you have on your deck. This guy is really good, really good, and he's a level 1. As you can see here, he is a level 1. He has a level 1 pendulum scale, which is really good. I am running the Alistair package. This is why I don't need more Jackals, because I have Alistair here, and Alistair is a really good card that you can have. He can bring powerful fusion summon monsters, and he can summon a powerful Omni Negate as in the form of Makaba. So yeah, only 2 copies. We are running the spell card that can search him, and we are running only 4 normal summons here. So 2 Alistair the Invokers is good enough. We are running 1 copy of the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. Okay, so this guy right here, he searches spellbooks. We're gonna be running the spellbook engine as well here, and then we're gonna be running a small package just like Alistair. So only 1 copy of the spellbook Magician of Prophecy is good enough. 1 Fairy Tale Luna. This card is really good. She can search you. What's her name? She's right here. She will be able to search you Reflection of EndyMion, this card right here, and she's at 1850 on attack. So yes, she can be searchable. Another reason why I run this card here is not because of her searching power. She also has the ability of sending back 1 monster from the field to the hand. So you can get rid of a powerful monster your opponent has. I don't think she targets. Yeah, she targets. So, but if it is a powerful monster that doesn't have targeting protection, you can send it back to the hand, which is really good. She can be special summoned by the spellbook cards that I'm gonna show you in a few seconds. Okay, so this is it for the monsters. This is the main engine monsters here. Now we're gonna move on with the spell cards. We're gonna be running triple Upstart Goblin. This is really good. This card can help you speed up the deck and also give you spell counters. So triple Upstart Goblins are available now in the game, in the TCG. This is really good because it helps EndyMion become really good. We're gonna be running triple copies of a Spellbook of Majesty. This spell card is our main spell card in the deck. This card can help you search any let's see, it says add 1 EndyMion card. So any EndyMion card that you can think of, it could be spells, traps, you can add it to your hand. So basically whenever I activate this card, I like to go for either EndyMion or Servant of EndyMion. Remember, she is your main special summoner, so yeah. So triple copies of the Spellbook of Majesty is a must. 1 Spellbook of Power. This card will give you attack. It will increase the attack of your opponent, of your monsters. And yeah, you definitely need 3 copies, 1 copy to increase Endymion's effect, attack, or any other spell cards that you have, spell monsters that spellcasters that you have on the field. This card will increase their attack, and also provides an additional spell counter. 2 copies of Spellbook of Secrets. This card is really good. It'll search your spellbook, monsters, and spell and traps. 2 copies is a must here. 1 copy of the Spellbook of Judgment. This card is really good. You activate this card, you can special summon a spellcaster depending on the amount of spell cards you activated. You can special summon a spell counter, you can special summon a spellcaster, and also you can search the other spellbook spells and traps depending on the amount of spell cards you activated. So basically, the card that I like to summon the most will be either Fairy Tale Luna or Endymion. So I special summon these 2, and I special summon either of these 2. And so yeah, but the card that I like to go the most is Luna. That way I can bounce a monster my opponent controls, and this is a quick effect, which is really good. We're gonna be running 1 copy of Spellbook of Knowledge. This card, you can discard 1 spellcaster from your hand or field, trigger it from the field, draw 2 cards, and I'll also give you an additional spell counter as well, which is really good. 1 magical Citadel of Endymion. So this is his citadel. This is like his castle where they perform the spell cards, the spells, the dark spells, the light spells, whatever they call it. So this is like a big nice castle that he has, and they study the arts of dark magic and light magic, which is really good. If you follow the Endymion story, it's a really nice story. 1 copy. This card will help you collect all the spell counters, and you can use the effect of the citadel instead of your monster's spell counters on the field. 1 copy is good. 1 terraforming, 1 set rotation, 2 secret village. I'm running 2 secret village. 2 secret village is a must here. If you set up your field, it means you're gonna have a really strong field, a really strong board that your opponent will have to come up with a strategy to get rid of. Not everybody runs spellcasters, so this is a great advantage. 2 is a must. This card will prevent your opponent from activating a spell cards if they don't have spellcasters on the field. 2 copies of Magical Meltdown. This card will help you search Alistair. So after you activate this, if you have this in hand, you can activate it after it, and that way you can have a really strong board on the field. Okay, let's continue. 1 Mystical Bestiary, 1 Invocation, and finally 1 Most and Reborn. Sometimes when you link summon, you're gonna use Endymion to do for the link summoning, and you want to bring Endymion to the field or any other spellcaster or monsters you have in the graveyard. This card is a really good addition to this deck, and it's a must. I believe it's a must. Okay, so that is it for the spells. We're gonna be running trap cards. only 3 trap cards, and the rest is gonna be side deck trap cards. But you don't need a lot of trap cards in this deck, it's not needed. But I'm running 3, so 1 infinite impermanence, 1 and 2 metaverse. 2 metaverse. So metaverse is here so you can lock your opponent from activating a spell. This card will help you activate from the deck, directly from the deck without searching. You can activate this and activate any spell field directly from your deck. So with this card, I always like to go with Secret Village, and that's why we're running 2 Secret Village and Metaverse. We are running a couple of, you saw we're running more field spells here. So yeah, this is why I'm running 2 copies. I can bring also Magical Meltdown, the other field spells with this. And I also side deck if in case I need to remove 1. I just leave 1 in side deck with the side decks that I'm going to show you guys soon. So of the non-engines in the main deck, I'm only running these 3. 1 infinite impermanence and 3 copy of Joe and Blackbird. Later on, I'm going to show you guys my side deck and the cards that I am running to switch back and forward my my non-engines with some of the engine cards that we have here. So yeah, when I go first, if I go first, I always like to start with less non-engines, like hand traps and stuff like that. Especially with EndyMion, with a EndyMion deck, you need access to a lot of spells and monsters, and if you run a lot of non-engines, it's going to slow down the deck. So if you go first, let's say you win the dice or the coin toss, you go first, you want to have as less non-engines as possible in a EndyMion deck. That is just my opinion. And you know, if I study, and once you study well your opponent's deck, let's say your opponent does a lot of special summoning, a lot of searching, a lot of whatever, then you can side deck. That's my belief. All right, guys. So this is the main deck. Let's go with the extra deck now. So in the extra deck, I am running 1 Mirage for the Alistair package, 1 Garner for the Alistair package, 1 Crowley. This is one of the spellbook monsters you can special summon. He is a really good card. He requires 2 spellcasters, and he will search you your spellbooks of secrets from your deck. 1 Beyond the Pendulum. She is a must. She will search you your pendulum monsters, and also she will help you pop 2 cards on the field if you special summon on the 2 link summon right here, link pointers. If you summon on the 2 pointers, you can pop 2 cards your opponent controls on the field. She's really good, and she's a must here. We are running Exceed the Pendulum. This is her sister here, and she is, when you special summon her, you can add directly from your deck to your extra deck. You can add the one of your pendulum monsters, and also you can special summon. She actually has the ability of grabbing one of your extra deck monsters from your extra deck to your hand. This is really good. And also she has the ability of special summoning a pendulum monster from your hand as well. 2 effects. She's really good. 1 One Blackluster Soldier. This guy is good, so you can get rid of powerful tower monsters. Let's say your opponent has a tower monster on the field, right? And another monster on the field, and you don't wanna, and he has a, you know, like a small monster on the field. Let's say you summon this guy because you don't want to waste a lot of link summoning. You don't want to waste a lot of your resources. You go for this guy, you pop that monster that he has on the field. You can increase this guy to 4,500, and that's good enough to get rid of any tower monsters that you can think of. This guy is really good, and he also banishes cards on the field, and I believe he has another effect. He can make a second attack as well. This is really good. One Access Code Talker. This guy will help you clear the field from cards, troublesome cards your opponent might have on the field. This guy is a must here. One Celine. She will help you special summon your spellcasters from the graveyard, and also she can also grab a lot of spell counters so you can use with EndyMion and also other spell monsters you have on spell counter monsters you have on the field. You can use her spell counters instead. And she's one of the EndyMion servants as well. She's really good, and you can also use the spell counter links to go for bigger link summoning. This girl is really good. She is a must here, and she also has 3 pointers. You can special summon from the EXO deck 3 pendulum monsters. She's a must. Let me see. We are running one Mecha Beast Phantom Dracosec. You can use 2 of your 7 monster. That means EndyMion, and you can pop cards on the field. This guy's really good, and he also will give you protection on the field as well. This card is a must. One Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. You're going to go with this guy and a special summon the Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, he is here for Omni Negate, and he also has a really good effect that when unsummoned, he can get rid of one monster your opponent controls on the field. So with EndyMion, you go with the 2 EndyMions, you go with this guy, then you can link summon into any other links, activate the effect of Absolute Dragon, and you can special summon the Vortex Dragon. Once you do that, then you can have an additional Omni Negate on the field, which is really good. One Divine Seals to get rid of the board, and this guy is really good. I already spoke about Vortex Dragon. And finally, we're gonna have the 3 copies of both Mekaba, 2 copies of Mekaba, and 1 Invoke Purgatrial. So Mekaba is an Omni Negate depending on the cards you have in hand. So if you have a spell, you can negate a spell, a monster if you have a monster, and a trap if your opponent activates a trap. So yeah, this guy is a must. You need 2 copies. And Purgatrial is a really good card here. This is the 3rd fusion summon that you can do with Alistair. So this guy here, when he is special summon, his attack will increase depending on the amount of cards your opponent controls. So he can become close to 4,000, and you can get rid of all the monsters on the field your opponent controls by selecting the monsters you want to attack first, and that way you can get rid of them. This guy is a must. That is it for the extra deck, guys. Let's move on into the side deck. Okay, guys, now let's move on into the side deck. And I already have it ready here. So in the side deck, I'm gonna run 2 Mucharmi Poluria. If my opponent does a lot of normal summoning, normal summons or special summon monsters from the hand, I can draw a card. So 2 copies. I'm running triple Flualos. If my opponent special summons a lot from the deck in the extra deck. So these are 5 powerful hand traps. This is the new Maxi in the TCG. So yeah, these cards are a must. 2 Nibiru's, you know, going against YGO and all those powerful decks now. I was thinking of bringing just one, but since it's my first time going into my locals in not a really long time, I'm going to bring 2 just in case, and in the future as we make this deck more powerful, maybe I'll decide if I should bring just 1 copy, but I'm bringing 2. My locals, there's gonna be a tournament really soon on Thursday this week. So yeah, 2 Nibiru's, 2 Dark Rulers. This card is a must, and it can help you clear the board fast. I was thinking of bringing the 3rd copy and removing 1 Nibiru, but I want to try it out this way first, you know, to see what happens. Two Designator. The reason why I'm not maining this card is because, like I said, I want to keep the deck as consistent as possible. I know it's a spell card, but I want to study my opponent's deck first. Let's say I do go second and I don't have these cards in the deck. I still want to study my opponent's deck, and then I can side deck, you know. And if I see that he runs the same same hand traps as I do, then I can just use 2 crossouts. The same with 1 call by. So 2 crossouts, 1 call by for side decking. In case I see that my opponent has a lot of hand traps and stuff like that, I can bring this. And finally, triple Royal Decrees. This card is a must, and this is for powerful trap decks. I was thinking of bringing 2, but I noticed in my locals there's a lot of people that like to play trap decks like Labyrinth, and so yeah, this is for them. If I see that they don't bring a lot of trap decks in the local, then I'll probably just bring 2 next time. But this card is a must. This card negates trap cards as long as it remains on the field. And with this deck, you don't need a lot of trap cards. You can just side deck this and you're good to go. Alright guys, so this is my EndyMion deck that I've been working for a while. And let's move on now with the combos. I'm only going to show you 1 combo, because if I show you multiple combos, it's gonna make this video too long. But I'll see if I can record some gameplays in the local this Thursday. I'll see if I can record some gameplay so you guys can see how good this deck is. And at the end of the tournament, I will show you how I tapped. So if I tap, let's say, so if I tap if I do tap, I will show you. And even if I don't, I will show you as well if I don't tap in the tournament. So wish me luck, guys. But now we're gonna move into the combo. So I'm gonna show you just one combo to make this video short. Okay, guys, so now that we did the deck profile, I'm going to show you a really nice combo that you can perform with this EndyMion deck. And I already shuffle the deck, so let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is a really good hand. If you go uninterrupted and your opponent doesn't ash or doesn't have hand traps, you can perform a really powerful feel. You can have a really powerful board that you can have to win the second turn. And let's begin. So in case you guys didn't know how pendulum works, we have two pendulum zones. We have the blue pendulum zones and the red pendulum zones, and they each have a number scale under pendulum zones. So we can place one servant here, and let's pretend that Abductor is EndyMion. So EndyMion is a level 8 scale monster. So let's pretend Abductor is EndyMion. EndyMion is level 8 scale, and servant is level 2. So you can special summon from your hand any number of monsters that you have in your hand to the field or extra deck. If the scale numbers are from 2 to 8. So EndyMion is scale A and servant is scale 2. You can summon monsters that are between 2 and 8, which is really good. If you have a monster that is level 1, you're not gonna be able to special summon it because he is not in between the 2 and the 8. That's how it works. So EndyMion is level A and servant is level 2. You can special summon monsters that are level 2 to 8 to the field. So you can special summon a level 7, level 6, level 5, and level 4. That's how pendulum works. Alright, so let's begin. So we have a really good hand here, guys. And the first thing we want to do, we want to place our servant of EndyMion in the pendulum scale. I always like to go for the second pendulum scale. And we have Abductor. She also, Abductor, can collect spell counters, which is really good. But we're not going to activate her yet, because what we want to activate first is Spellbook of Judgment. So we go Spellbook of Judgment, and our servant of EndyMion, she will have, so let's have a couple of counters here. So she's gonna have one spell counter. Let's place it right here. And every time I activate a spell card with the Spellbook of Judgment, I will search more spell books directly from my deck at the end phase. Now what we want to do is we want to activate Abductor, and now her spell counter will go to 2. It'll go from 1 to 2. And after that, we want to activate terraforming. So with terraforming, we're going to search. Let's see, we're going to search for our Alistair, the magical spellbook of the magical meltdown. Once we do that, we add it to our hand. The spell counter on Servant of Endymion will go to 3, and Magic Abductor will receive 1 counter. So now we have 4 counters on the field. So the next thing we want to do here is, now that she has 3, we want to use her effect to special summon. So we're gonna remove all 3 counters. We're going to special summon Servant of Endymion, and also she's going to special summon our Endymion. We're gonna special summon him here. And each will receive 1 spell counter. So Endymion, he has another effect that when he has a spell counters, he cannot be targeted or be destroyed by monsters effect, which is really, really good. So now what we want to do here is we're going to pendulum summon, we're going to link summon these 2 into our Beyond Pendulum. So Beyond Pendulum's effect will activate, so we can add another pendulum monsters from our deck. So the card that I want to grab is Magister of Endymion, and reshuffle. Now that we have him in our hand, we're going to activate him here, and he is a level 8 scale, as you can see. Now what we want to do is we want to pendulum summon into Endymion. We cannot pendulum summon Servant because Servant is she's level 2, she's level 3, and we cannot summon her because she's level 3. We cannot summon her with a Doctor, unfortunately. Let's see. We now that we have Endymion in the field, we can activate Magical Meltdown. So we're going to activate Magical Meltdown, and we're gonna search for Alistair. Have Alistair here. Now that we have Alistair, the spell counter on, now we can activate spell counters because we already pendulum summon with Beyond the Pendulum. So we want to special, so now he's gonna get a counter because we activated Meltdown, and also Abductor will have a counter as well. Now what we want to do is we want to summon Alistair, and Alistair will add us to our hand the Invoker. Now that we have the Invoker, we can now link summon our Alistair into our Mirage. Then from Mirage, we can link summon into Garna. So now what we want to do is we want to activate Invocation so we can fusion summon by removing Alistair and Garna. We're going to fusion summon into Mekaba. And now they're both Magister will go to 2, and Abductor will go to 2 as well. Now finally we're going to activate our Upstart Goblin to see what we draw. And we have a spell card, Spellbook of Secret, Underfield, Spellbook of Secrets. Now if we want, we can activate it and do more combos. Now yeah, we can activate it. Let's activate it. We need a monster for Invoker. Let's see. Let's activate it. Let's search a spellbook. So we're going to search. Let's see. The spellbook of Knowledge. Now both Conductor is a 3 and our Magister is a 3. We have our Knowledge, and look at this beautiful board, guys. We have Mekaba that can negate monsters and spell. Also EndyMion, and we have Abductor here. But now we're gonna remove all counters from Abductor, and she will add us a Pendulum monster from our hand, from our to our hand. So the card that I like to go for is Jackal. So in our opponent's turn, we have spell and trap and a monster to negate with Mekaba. And in the third turn, what I like to do is if let's say if I have another monster on the field in my hand, if I draw a monster in the third turn, right? If I draw a monster, I special summon I normal summon the monster, and I can go with Celine. And once I summon Celine, she's gonna grab spell counters depending on the spell counters in my graveyard, and I can special summon Jackal from the graveyard to the field to have an extra monster negate, which is really good. So this is our setup right now, and we have a monster negate with Mekaba and spell negate. We have the Knowledge that we can send to the graveyard and draw 2 cards as well. But I want to keep it safe for the next turn, so I'm gonna have these 2 in my hand. And now we're gonna go into the end phase, and because I activated 1, 2, 3, 4 spell cards after Judgment, I can search my spell books from my deck. So I can search 1, 2, and that is it. I don't have a lot of spell books. That's the amount that I'm running, and that's good enough because you don't really need a lot of spell books. So because I was able to search 2, I can special summon a spellcaster. So I can special summon the spellbook of Magician of Prophecy, and I can special summon it to the field. But let's say I activated, let's say I had more spellbooks instead of the ones that I already use. I could have special summoned Fairy Tale Luna to the field instead. She will search me. She would have searched me the reflection, and then I had on the field Mekaba for monsters and spell negate, a spell and trap negate with Endymion, and a monster bounce back to the hand with the effect of Luna, which is really, really good. But in this case, I did not drew the cards needed to summon Luna, so we're gonna summon our Spellbook of Prophecy that in the 3rd turn we can use to special summon Celine, and then bring back Jack, our Jack that we have in our hand. So this is gonna be your hand for the follow-up next turn. It's a really, really good hand, and yeah. So this is our field. This is one of the fields that you can create with this deck, and you already have counters here. You know, once you pass these counters to Endymion, he's gonna have immunity to destruction and targeting effects. And also you can normal summon on your 3rd turn the Jack if you survive the 3rd turn, which is really good, really good. There are boards that we can have, that you can have a Mekaba, you can have also Jack, and you can also end up with a secret village on the field, or you might draw a metaverse, and you activate it and place the secret village, and that way you have monster negates, spell and trap negates, and secret village on the field as well. I could do another combo showcase, but this video is too long already, and I don't want to make it way too longer than what it is right now. So yeah, guys, this is one of the combos that you can perform, and it's a really, really good deck. It's a fun deck. I can create a more powerful board if I want to, but this is just a demonstration of what this deck can do. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile of Endymion, and I'll see you guys on the next video. In my next video, I also will show you again how I perform with this deck, and if I do well in my locals, then I will show you the results of the local. So if I perform well, I will show you how well I perform. If I don't, I still will show you how far I went as well. And yeah, guys, so this is the Endymion deck, physical deck that I have. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay tuned for more deck profiles, stay tuned for more live stream, and I'll see you guys. Peace.